Welcome to Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only LGBTQ plus daily evening news show. It's time to queer up the news. It's 8 p.m. Wednesday, May 4th, 2022. May the 4th be with you. And we are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight with Al Ferguson.
Thank you for joining Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ plus evening news show. Whatever happens, you will see it. Queer News Tonight is supported by viewers like you. We are part of the partnership between Happening Out Television Network and Hotspots Magazine. Hotspots is celebrating 36 years of LGBTQ plus experience. We bring you the best of LGBTQ plus news, entertainment, and support of our community.
Thank you, Cal. You sound so sexy today. What's up with that little deep voice of yours? I love it. Hello, everyone. I am your anchor tonight. You don't have to adjust your television sets. I am not Al Ferguson. Nope, I am FayWhat. And it is time to welcome our anchors tonight. Let's start off with anchor Kal Gajraj. Cal is a communications executive and adjunct professor. He's a regular guest anchor on Queer News Tonight here on It's Happening Out Network. Good evening, Cal.
Good evening, Faye. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be back. Let's welcome anchor John Hayden. John's been a journalist for 27 years and now worked for several South Florida outlets, including South Florida Gay News covering arts, politics, and philanthropic organizations. He spent the majority of his career covering the stupidity and scandals of Hollywood and has interviewed nearly every big name in TV, movies, and music. Tiffany Haddish once spent 4 minutes full-on flirting with him. Sadly, it wasn't just meant to be. Welcome, John.
You know, but I'm still open to trying with everybody else. Up next, let's welcome anchor Peter Bisuito. He's an internationally known comedian, writer, producer, director, and actor, selling out shows in 5 countries, including his 2 sold-out shows at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts in Fort Lauderdale. 2 years ago, he created and wrote a pilot episode for a new sitcom called Bent and Chester, which went on to win awards at film festivals. Unfortunately, the pandemic shut down the project, so Peter decided to rewrite the script into a 2-act play. He is also a huge advocate for dog rescue and uses his new YouTube video podcast called Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting to raise money for rescuing dogs from slaughterhouses in China. And in case you're wondering, is he really naked when crocheting?
You'll have to watch and find out.
The answer is yes.
I'm glad to see that you watch my shows.
I watched the FayWhat show.
Let's welcome anchor Dr. Tai Houser. He is an associate professor of English and Humanities at Broward College. Additionally, he teaches for extended periods of time at international colleges in China, India, Spain, and Bolivia. Good evening, Tai.
Good evening, everyone. And just to let you know, 22 years ago today, I packed up all of my CDs and clothes and moved to Florida.
Yay!
So it's
Happy
my
anniversary.
And we are happier because you did, Ty.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you, honey.
sweet.
You left when you were 8?
Exactly. That's exactly right. I drove down at 8. And because of that, we are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and this evening we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ plus community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast, and here are the bullet points of the queer news for today, Wednesday, May 4th.
All right, let's kick it off by queering up courts. Leaked opinion draft shows Supreme Court plans to overturn Roe versus Wade. Watch this.
What is your initial reaction to this?
My initial reaction is that it's stunning on so many levels. First of all, just for what's happening in America, we're talking about 50 years of precedent that it appears now will definitely be thrown out the window. The Chief Justice of the United States was already concerned about the integrity of the court and public opinion of the court in this moment as abortion rights are being dissolved nationwide, appear to be being dissolved nationwide. And frankly, a lot of what's in this opinion does jibe with what I'd been hearing myself in my reporting, although I want to make clear that we have not authenticated this document ourselves, but we know that a lot of it rings true with what we've been told already. But to have it come out this way, to have this first draft, and it's typically it's one of many drafts that will be amended through the next couple weeks, but it looks like it's about to sail through at least 5 justices, probably just 5 justices, ready to overturn Roe v. Wade.
The first draft of an opinion on a future ruling by Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito leaked this week, shocking the nation. The opinion seems to indicate that the Supreme Court plans to overturn Roe v. Wade, effectively banning legal abortions in the U.S. Many fear this opens the door for the conservative-controlled Supreme Court to move against other legal precedents. Next, like Obergefell versus Hodges, the case that made marriage between same-sex couples legal nationwide, Ohio Rep. Tim Ryan said, quote, "Control of the Senate has never been more important. It's time to end the filibuster, pass the Women's Health Protection Act, and fight like hell to make sure all Ohio families are free to make these critical decisions without interference from politicians in Columbus or Washington," end quote.
I'm not surprised by any of this. I mean, except for the timing, the way it came out. This is notoriously a secretive branch of government, and until they have a decision that they release, you just don't see this. So that's what stunned me, not what's particularly in it. And the GOPs, this is reinforcing, are no fans of privacy.
No.
You know, once you it took 50 years to gut the 14th Amendment. It will take much less time as we go forward for other things.
And I think it's important to note that all this does is make way for illegal abortions.
Completely.
And my concern is the health and wellness of, my female friends, as they seek this as a need for a solution. So if they have to cross the border or if they're doing it on their own means, I just worry about the implications of that.
I like the idea that it was leaked because I want to know who did it. Like, if the right leaked it, they would do it on purpose. If the left leaked it, they would do it on purpose. They can both benefit from the leak if they know how to sell it.
Yeah. Who do you think leaked it, John?
I would believe it was a court clerk for one of the liberal justices, because if there's enough public backlash, maybe the court would feel pressure to tone it down. They have no history of ever doing that, but I think that is it's a last-ditch effort by the thing. And there is a lot of pushback. There was a rally here in Fort Lauderdale last night at Esplanade Park that was quickly thrown together. I was there to cover it for SFGN, and the people who were there were passionate. Unfortunately, they're not one of 9 votes.
Wow. Peter, what do you think about this?
Well, all I know is if they do ban legalized abortion, then all these abortion doctors are going to be making a lot of money in cash.
That's just scary stuff,
They will have underground clinics. They will have.
Yes, listen. I don't think that anybody that's not a woman should make any decision on what a woman can do with their bodies. Okay, I will sit here with you boys and say that I did have an abortion at a young age, and I knew that I could not keep that baby for its well-being, for its future. I was in no place to take care of a child, and I don't regret it, and it was my decision to be had. I can't believe that someone in this day and age would not be able to have that same right, And just like Kal said, you're going to tell me what not to do. I'm still going to figure out a way to do it, and it's going to be unsafe, for sure.
Right. Well, I'm all for women having the right to choose whatever they want with their bodies, but I am against women looking at abortion as a form of birth control.
No, of course. Of course.
And a lot of women have that attitude. A lot of women have, I don't care if I get pregnant, I'll just abort it. I'm against that. I think
I would like to think that not too many people think that way, Peter. I'm not going to say that. I can't speak for all women in general, but God, I mean, there's got to be some kind of understanding there. There's got to, I come from the world where I think that you should have some kind of workshop or some kind of lesson before you even become a parent. Becoming a parent is like just, too easy to do, But again, telling a woman what they can do with their body is just a no.
And if there are any questions about that, watch the movie Vera Drake. It was amazing. And it was essentially about a woman who was giving free abortions when they were illegal, so that at least she knew that they were healthy, safe.
Right.
And I think it's also important to note that, this coming from the right or conservatives or whoever, and they spent the last 2 years fighting mask mandates, and, they didn't want to mask because they didn't want to be told what to do with their own body, has such a strong opinion on this.
But you kind of touched on something kind of scary, that this is going to set a precedent. To other, issues that the Senate might try to control, like
What's
gay
next?
marriage.
What's next?
Yeah.
Like
What's
gay
next?
marriage. And like, you know, it's funny because I have many friends that really don't think that that's touchable, that that's reversible. And I'm here to tell you folks, it is.
Sure it is.
Well, the
can
legal, the
happen.
legal writing of this opinion guts Obergefell to the core.
Well, it guts precedent is what it does too. I mean, it just guts precedent.
Yes.
This court says there is no more precedent. We're going to set our own rules.
Yes.
Scary times. And I don't think this is the last that we'll hear about this for sure.
Now let's queer up entertainment. Disney continues to stand up against LGBTQ plus censorship in films. Last year, Queer News Tonight reported that Disney's Eternals was being banned in countries of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait due to a same-sex kiss that the company refused to edit out. Now, Saudi Arabia is asking Disney to cut 12 seconds from Doctor Strange in the Multi-Universe of Madness due to mention of lesbian parents. In this scene, lesbian characters played by American Chavez refers to her two moms. On Friday, The Hollywood Reporter said that there were unconfirmed reports that the film had also been banned in Kuwait. Advance tickets had been removed from sale in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar, but not in the United Arab Emirates. Watch this.
We're going to introduce America Chavez in this story. That's a Marvel character that was introduced in the comic books, and this is her big screen debut.
It's difficult not to become emotional about it, to be honest, but it is, I'm afraid, an expected disappointment. We've come to know from those repressive regimes that their lack of tolerance is exclusionary to people who deserve to be not only included but celebrated for who they are and made to feel a part of a society and a culture and not punished for their sexuality. It feels truly out of step with everything that we've experienced as a species, let alone where we're at as globally more as a culture, but frankly it's just even more reason why this isn't tokenism to include an LGBTQ plus community member. This character is that from the comics. It's not something we've created for the sake of diversity. We've included her because of how awesome she is as a character, and that's just one aspect of her character, and that's all it should be. But sadly, it's also now, I think, politically very charged, and I wish it wasn't. I wish we'd be having a normalized conversation about this where it wasn't an issue, but we're not. So we still have to fight. We still have to push for inclusion and equality, and I'm very glad in a small way, but on a very big canvas, Marvel and Disney are doing that.
Sure. I mean, it's not even that it's just Disney and Marvel. This is America Chavez is a character that's in the comics, and so we're just representing the comics, honestly, and representing inclusion. And I think it's too bad for the fans that are in other countries and won't be able to see it. And I hope that they find ways to see it, you know, and either by traveling or. But it's you know, we're not in control of that as actors, and or even people, you know, higher up from us. So it's definitely disappointing for fans, but I also am proud to be a part of a film that represents and stands for inclusion and diversity.
What do you boys think?
I applaud them. For standing
Disney
up.
first.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, Disney is one of our like fair weather friends recently, you know. So it's like now they're not trying to get us mad at any level. So I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But you know, how important are ticket sales in places like Kuwait, Saudi
I was
Arabia,
just thinking
etc.?
that. I was just thinking that.
When you asked me about that, I was like, meh.
He literally, folks, said, meh.
I did, because, you know, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, which only allows like 2 or 3 Western movies to be shown a year there anyway, and Kuwait, they aren't big Western ticket sales. China, this movie's not going to be seen in China because they're having a little bitch fight with Disney and they haven't allowed a Marvel movie in like 3 or 4 years now. So really, them standing up, they're not really standing to lose a ton of cash in this. Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
yeah, no, but I love what they're saying. Like, okay, we're not just adding representation to this movie. We're making it based on what the comic is asking for. So why delete this scene? Just it doesn't give it the validity. It's exactly what they wanted on film. That is their baby. Why have to cut it or even, you know, take parts out because some people don't agree with it? You know. So what do you think, Tai?
I mean, I'm just going to be an echo board here. I'm the same way. This is a piece of art that Disney has created, and they can do whatever they want with it. And if Qatar and Saudi Arabia don't want to show it, they don't have to.
You guys miss out.
I'm just saying it would be much more meaningful if there was a bigger financial stake at risk. This movie is already going to do hundreds of millions of dollars. It's going to be probably the biggest.
You're going to watch
opening
it 3
since
times
Spider-Man.
yourself. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. I love Ben Cumberbatch. See you soon, buddy. All right, moving on. We queer up politics. Cocaine orgies and lingerie. My weekend pool party goes down. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Madison Cawthorn ethics investigations continue with gay scandal. Watch this.
Filled with passion and desire, would like to see your naked body beneath my hands.
Me too. I'd like to do that as well.
The sad thing is you can still find him on the feminine hygiene product at most CVS. U.S. Representative Madison Cawthorn has been getting into a lot of trouble recently. Cawthorn, who is the youngest member of Congress in half a century, has been having a rough few weeks. Once a rising star in the GOP, many of his own party have turned against him after he spoke on a radio show about being invited to cocaine orgies with his fellow lawmakers. Finally, a Republican party. When pictures of him in lingerie at a party leaked, most people laughed them off. But now the Republican golden boy is facing a probe into his improper relationship with his scheduler, seen there, Stephen Smith. Smith and Cawthorn are close friends, and frequently post romantic photos together on social media. Cawthorn lets Smith live with him for free, and reports say that Smith even joined Cawthorn on his now ex-wife on their honeymoon in Dubai. Can't imagine why that didn't work out. David Wheeler, co-founder of Fire Mass and Cawthorn, said, quote, "We stick to the facts. We don't conjecture. Essentially, what's happened is he's been violating house ethical rules, first of all, by providing free housing for one of his staff. You can't gift more than $250 to a friend, and house rules say you can't give gifts to other house staff." End quote. Oh my God, this guy is such a douche. This guy is such a douche.
Oh, come on, brah.
Oh no, but you know what?
Come on,
No,
brah.
I would still let him gavel me into session.
He really is handsome, though, right? His
Really
and his
cute.
scheduler are both adorable.
You
Yeah.
know what scares me the most is that there is a large group of people that live right here in this country that voted for him. That scares me the most.
Yeah. Well, Western North Carolina is a lot of hill folk.
Well, there's a lot of hill folk in the country.
Very true.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, in the
Very
entire
true.
country.
Yeah.
But this kid has not been able to get out of trouble. He's been, like you said, he's been the butt of a lot of scandal. I mean, okay, he was caught lying about the accident that actually put him in the wheelchair. He's been caught twice trying to take an armed gun on board of a plane and his carry-on. He got pulled over for intoxication and speeding. What else? He said about the cocaine orgies that he was invited to. I guess the right person didn't invite him, right? Because he obviously said no. So now those people are not having his back. I mean, plus all the women that have even said that he has been sexually inappropriate towards them. I mean, yeah, we still love him. Yeah, people are like, yeah, he's hot. It's okay.
He's one of those middle to upper class elite white boys who get away with whatever they want to get away with. And that's what they do. They become douchebags and they feel like they have enough power and they have enough influence.
And they're entitled.
And they have enough entitlement to do whatever the hell they want without any consequences. And
You know,
that's just what
I'd
he's doing.
still let him be a Cawthorn in my side.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But no, the good news is that if he does lose re-election, he can always work at Victoria's Secret.
I don't even know where to go with that. Let me just say that I had a girl live with me for free, and it was not for free. You know what I mean? Come on.
I don't get it.
Nothing's ever free. And when it comes to politics, we've seen recently that it doesn't matter what their politics are, they base party line. So Republicans will continue to vote for him because he's a Republican candidate.
But he's a douchebag.
Right.
I mean, he even called
Regardless.
Zelensky a thug or something. I mean, like, he's just
Oh yeah.
an awful person. But
All right, are we ready to go on?
please, Peter.
Okay, let's queer up
You're ready to
education,
move on.
please.
Let's move on. Peter's ready.
You're so
Educated.
BYU graduate flashes the crowd with a rainbow. At Mormon-owned Brigham Young University, the school's honor code forbids same-sex relationships. Bisexual student Jillian Orr had to keep her feelings a secret when she was enrolled, but she wanted to honor her fellow LGBTQ+ students during the graduation ceremony. So her younger sister suggested lining her graduation coat with a rainbow flag. As she walked across the stage to accept her degree in psychology, she let her true colors shine as she flashed the crowd with the rainbow. She told CNN, quote, "I wanted to do this to be honored and to be seen," end quote.
What do you boys think?
This is great. I didn't see the picture, but I can imagine it as like the liner where you just kind of go, woo,
Yeah.
as you get your degree. What are they? They can't take it back.
They can't.
Did she have clothes on underneath the...
Yes, yeah, it was just a graduation robe. She opened it up and there was the beautiful
She would have been more
flag.
honored if she was naked.
She really flashed them. Peter wanted her to really flash
Right? Come
them.
on, man. Let's shake things up a bit.
I mean, would she then be eligible to crochet with you naked?
Yes, totally.
For sure. You know, and I was thinking, like, why would somebody that's LGBTQ+ go to a college like this where they really can't be out and be themselves? But then I read further that she wasn't sure when she first enrolled. She wasn't, sure if she was part of our community. And then halfway through, it was like, oh my God, I'm here. I want to finish this. I'm going to finish this. How can I spotlight my community without getting kicked out first?
You know what would have been even funnier? If she wore like a rainbow underwear, like the magical underwears that the Mormon wear? Rainbow underwear.
I love
Wait, Mormons wear magical underwear? I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Like and what makes them magic?
I didn't know if women wore it or not, but men wear it.
So what makes them magical? Why are they magical?
I don't know. They keep away improper thoughts and
things.
Does it work?
I've never worn one. I don't know.
We have to get you a pair.
Okay. I don't think it's going to work on me. I can tell you right now. they're in underwear big enough in the world.
Well, I love what Jillian Orr did. I love that, and I think it's fantastic.
Cute. It was
really was cute. And for her sister, I need a rainbow dress for upcoming Pride.
I can crochet you one.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Naked?
I like
it.
Okay, let's move on by queering up health. Right wing declares war on the Trevor Project, labels it pedophilia. This story is going to make me sick. May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. Mental health is a very important issue in the LGBTQ+ community, especially for youth who are currently being targeted by laws meant to erase their ability to discuss themselves and what they may be going through. One resource that has been incredibly helpful is the Trevor Project. The LGBTQ+ youth suicide hotline has seen increased traffic due to the pandemic, since many teens and young adults who are struggling with their identities may not live in accepting homes. The online chat service has a quick disconnect button for just those occasions that clears the chat history in case a teen doesn't feel safe around their parents. Colin Wright, an editor for the right-wing website Quillet, shared a comic from the Trevor Project explaining this feature. He seemed to not understand why kids may not want their parents to know they're gay. Several other conservative profiles began sharing the tweet, including Canadian YouTuber Lauren Chen, who tweeted, quote, this is going to make me throw up, "Left-wing activists are predatory groomers. If you sit around designing and promoting ways to get in touch with kids so you can discuss sexuality and keep it from their parents, you are a groomer. Period. Full stop." End quote. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
The Trevor Project does amazing work, and they have saved countless lives.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we will literally, it's countless because we will never know the lives that have been saved. And these are, you want to just say, oh, it's just these throwback tactics because they're not, the GOP can't come up with anything. They're like pedophile, groomer, things like that. No, the fact is the right wing and GOP and conservatives, they do not care about us. They do not care. Straight, white, Christian, male lives matter. Not a damn other person.
All I know is I wish I had a quick disconnect button on my computer for my husband.
So he won't see what's on your screen while you're browsing
that
and he's not around?
That would have avoided so many arguments, I'm telling you.
One of the points that's being made in this story, which is, I don't understand why they're refusing to make the connection. If your child goes to a counselor, they're going to talk about whatever they talk about, and that counselor's not going to talk about it with their parents either. So what they're essentially saying is the only reason that we want to center this out is because we want to be able to label people who are helping queer people.
Yeah.
We want to be able to label them as perverts.
And they're saying that they're trying to contact kids to talk about sexuality. No, that's not what they're trying to do. They're contacting kids to save them from their parents.
And they're not contacting kids. It's the kids that are contacting them.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So many kids during pandemic were put in just awful situations where they had to hide their true authentic self, and they were being abused by their own parents if they were outed in any way, shape, or form. The Trevor Project has, like you said, saved so many lives and continues to do such amazing work. These people have rocks in their heads, you know, and unfortunately the lives of young people are on their hands. Yeah. Really is.
And I think it's a reach because, you know, you watch Disney movies and you're going to turn gay. You know, you go to school and you can't say gay. There's so many things that I feel like they're coming at different angles, and it's not going to stop people from coming out or being gay.
It makes us gayer.
And prouder.
And prouder.
I don't know if Peter can get any gayer.
I don't think he can either.
We'll try.
Next, we report on our partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. We are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine and supporting that partnership. Happening Out Television Network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ plus religious live broadcast in the world, as more than 30,000 watch every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Watch this.
Hi, I'm Chris Caputo, City Commissioner with Wilton Manors, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
That is today's news for the LGBTQ plus community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ plus evening news show. Is our community important to you?
You know it is, so help us by liking and subscribing, ringing the bell for updates, share the news with your friends and family, and Representative Madison Cawthorn.
And don't forget to post this broadcast in the many groups you are a member of. Tonight's stories about our community deserve the attention of your family and your friends.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ plus digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support.
If our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world. This is the only place in the world that tells these LGBTQ plus stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight. I'm your anchor, FayWhat, and on behalf of these LGBTQ plus reporters, the anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Kal Gajraj, John Hayden, Peter Bisuito, and Dr. Tai Houser, we will see you daily at 8 p.m. That's tomorrow. Make sure you watch for the drag queens takeover tomorrow night right here on Queer News Tonight. Good night.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire